Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of our casual Let's Play series of World of Warcraft. Alright, let's get right into it. We've got a lot to do. Many levels to get through. They are talking about doing a level squish for the next expansion, which, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about it, but when you start a new character and you realize you have to go all the way to level 120, that's a long way. So, it might be a good thing. I guess we'll find out. Alright, here we are. We are back in Dolinar, and we're going to start questing today. Got all our stuff set up, so let's go do it. Alright, we got a whole bunch of quests here. So we're going to work on... Actually, they're all pretty much in the same direction, so let's just head this way and get it done. First one we have to do is collect some items for Zen Foulhoof, and they come off most of these mobs out here. Now, when I call them mobs, if you're not a MMO player, it's just short for mobiles, meaning NPCs, which are non-player characters, but monsters, but they're mobile because they move around and do their own stuff. So we're going to kill some of these mobs, get our stuff. We got some feathers. We have to get some fangs from the night sabers and some silk from the spiders. Pretty soon, I should level and get a skill to tame a pet, so I can get a new pet, because the cat is cute, but he's boring. There's a lot cooler stuff that I'd rather tame. Alright, got one silk, one feather. Here's another spider. Now, if you look at the mini-map, you'll see those blue circle areas again, and these will show you basically where the monsters you're looking for reside, so... If you're not sure where to find them, check your map, head to those areas. Here's a night saber. Oh, I have to remember that I have skinning. Whenever you kill a monster that's skinnable, after you kill it and loot it, just skin it, and then you get a piece of leather. In this case, ruined leather scraps, because our skill's only at level 2 now, so I think you get up to about level 10 where you start getting more consistent leather pieces. That'll be good for crafting. Alright, and here's another night saber. A couple more. Good. I'm concerned about classic WoW, because nowadays, if there were other players here, which there are none, because I guess nobody's doing this right now, but in classic WoW, if I was, say I'm a hunter, and I walked up to this bird because I need to kill it for my quest, and I shot it with my arrow, but say there was a melee character running up to it from another direction, but my arrow got to it first, that tag would be mine. Meaning I hit it first, so that monster and all of its loot belongs to me. And the other player would not get credit for the kill, experience for the kill, or any of the loot, even if he had managed to hit it before it died. Right, so that meant that if you had to go kill, say, 10 night sabers, you had to be the first person to hit them to get credit for that kill. And when there's a lot of people playing, that's a big problem, because you'd shoot at something and then realize, oh, somebody else hit it first, and then you'd try to find the next one and hope to get to it before somebody else, and that's where ranged characters have a little bit of an advantage, assuming you have an instant sort of cast spell. But they changed that. I'm not sure which expansion, maybe Cataclysm or Legion, I'm not sure. But they did change it eventually so that if I hit this monster up here, the one I'm looking at, and somebody else hit it after I had hit it first, they would still get credit for the kill too. So shared kill credit, and also we would both be able to loot it and get our own loot. And that changed world open play dramatically, because it was a lot less frustrating to get your quest done and to kill all the monsters you needed, and you could share loot, and it made things a whole lot better. It really did. And that was probably one of the best quality of life changes overall in the whole game. But Classic WoW, I'm not sure if they're going to keep that in there, or if it's going to go back to the way it was. And if it goes back to the way it was, man, I don't know how long I'm going to play it, because that used to irritate me beyond belief. And there are a lot of players that are jerks in this game. That's just the nature of this community. But they would run up and tag everything, like run up and hit it and run away, and it would take the mob quite a while to let go of that tag. And so you could run into an area and go to kill all the monsters, but they're all tagged, and there's nothing you can do. You're not going to get credit for any of them. And that kind of stuff is seriously irritating. So we'll see what they do. I haven't tried the beta for Classic, so I don't know yet. And I haven't even looked it up. I'm sure I could find it online, but I'm hoping they keep the shared tagging, because my life would be happier. Oh, I didn't talk about this guy. We just killed this guy, Uro-san. See his portrait frame, how it's got that gray dragon thing around it? That means he's an elite monster, or a rare monster. They're a little bit harder to kill. They have a little bit better loot. Sometimes they have good prizes, like you can find mounts and pets and all that kind of stuff. That's very rare, but it's always good to kill a rare when you see it, because you can get credit for the achievement. There's an achievement for killing like all the rares in the game, so you always want to kill him. You might get some good loot. He gave us a little black bag, which is nothing exciting, obviously, or small blue pouch rather, but still, hey, it's a bag. If you don't have any yet, you'll be happy. Alright, all our quests are done. I didn't even talk about the quest. I just babbled through it, so sorry, but they're done. Let's head back to town. Turn these in and get another set of quests. What I'm going to do along the way is I'm going to kill anything that's actually skinnable, because I want to get my proficiency up, so get some more skill levels for skinning, and also start collecting a mountain of leather, because to level my leather working, I'm going to need an unbelievable amount of that material, and I really don't want to have to buy it off the auction house. You can if you want to and you have lots of extra gold, but I don't know, that just seems wasteful to me, and I can get it all for free with a little effort. The amount of hours that I have spent in certain areas just killing things to skin them, to level my skinning and to get leather. Oh, the farming in this game is real. If you like grinding and sitting there for a couple hours doing the same thing over and over and over again, you'll love it. It can be kind of a pain, but you put on some good music and just go to town, and it's alright. It can also be really profitable. Alright, here's a Zen Foulhoof. Let's turn in this quest for him. Get our reward. Thank you very much. He gave us a bag and some combat consumables. But yeah, crafting can be very rewarding, especially the gathering professions, because if you do mining or herbalism and things like that, you can sell those raw materials without even doing anything with them, and people will buy them at quite a price, especially when they're new or harder to find, because it's much easier to buy something off the auction house than to go farm it for days yourself. So don't forget that your professions can certainly help your bank. Alright, let's turn in this quest.
What brings you here?
Got him his Emerald Dream Catcher. Let's give him others, and we're level 8 again. Alright, we learned a new spell, Disengage. This is a good spell. I'll show you what it does in a second. Get into the open here.
What brings you here?
Alright, if you're in combat with something. Now, originally, hunters, you had a minimum distance that you could shoot something at. If you were standing this close to a monster, you couldn't shoot it because you were too close. You'd have to back off because you used a bow and arrow. So it kind of made sense. Was annoying, and they eventually changed it where now you can, melee someone with your arrows if you want. But disengage is a useful skill. It used to be that you would use it just to gain distance, so you'd be able to shoot them, but you can use it to get out of combat. You can use it to avoid bad stuff on the ground. So basically you just hit disengage and your character flies backwards, even when you're in combat. So a very, very useful skill for a hunter. Put it on your bar and have it somewhere easily accessible, even hotkeyed perhaps. Alright, here's this dude. Alright, so we're turning in the quests that we finished and picking up a whole set of new quests. And we'll run and do those. And I think it's level 10 that we can change our pet. So I'm excited for that. In Classic WoW, as a hunter, when you go to, when you're leveling your hunter and you get a pet, I don't believe you start with a pet. I think you have to get to a certain level before you can even tame one. And then when you get it, you actually have to level your pet's abilities. Right? And there are pet trainers. There's one here in Dolinar. There's another one in Darnassus. And most big towns will have a pet trainer. But you have to train their abilities. And there was a time when you had to feed your pets too. Or you could give them snacks for boosts and buffs. So there was a lot more to having a pet than just having something run around and attack. And the hunter pets in Classic will also be relegated to certain roles. Like a cat pet will only do DPS. Now DPS means damage per second, and it means that they're just a damage dealer. Okay, so they will not tank for you, and they won't have the PvP skills of a PvP pet, like a spider. A spider's a great PvP pet. And your tank pets would be something like a bear, right? But only those types of pets would actually have those abilities. Nowadays, I can turn this cat into a tank pet if I wanted to, just by changing his skill set. So that's kind of a newer thing too. I don't really like it. I liked having, you'd go out and search for a certain type of pet because you wanted a tank or you wanted to get into PvP. And it meant a bit more that way, so I'm kind of excited about that aspect. Not real thrilled about having to go to the pet trainer every time I turn around, but we'll see how they do it. Alright, Zen Foulhoof. We're going to give him the fell cones, and he turns into a frog because he's a bad guy, and now he's been cursed, so... Alright, so much for that. Alright, our next quest. We have to go into this cavey thing, and, get 4 talismans, but there's a companion quest to that we want to pick up. Wait, nope. Scratch that. We're going to do this other quest first. Talconai's Jewel. Or Talankai's. I've always called him Talconai. For 10 years he's been Talconai, so that's what I'm calling him. I don't care if that's not what it is. That's what it is now. Alright, let's go do this quest because there's a companion quest that goes along with the Relics of the Awakening. So we might as well do them both at one time so we don't have to go through that cave system twice. Because that would be a waste of time. Oh, there's another Night Saber. I'm going to kill him to get the skin. What I tend to do is, if I'm doing professions while leveling, is I'll go do all my questing, and then when I'm done with my session for the day, I'll do all the processing, all the crafting and combining of materials or whatever's needed. Because if you do it as you go, then you'll really never get any quests accomplished because you'll be too busy crafting. One thing about some of the gathering professions, if you take mining, or if you take herbalism, for example, every time you pick an herb, or every time you mine a node and get some ore, you get experience for that, and it can be quite considerable. At the top level for this zone, right, which is probably about 14 or so, if you have your herbalism at about 50, you'll get almost twice as much experience from picking an herb as you will from killing a monster your level. That's kind of, I don't know, but you could, in theory, level by going around and picking herbs, so that's something to consider. By taking skinning, you don't get experience when you skin something. So I'm missing out on a lot of bonus experience if I had a gathering profession. But that's okay. We'll be fine. Yeah, the experience for gathering professions, that's also kind of a newer thing. Oh, there we go. Alright, we need 2 more of these mystics. And then we'll go kill the quest boss dude. And there's one here, and I always aggro this guy when I go around, so I might as well just take him out now. Alright, and there's our quest guy over there. This one, but we got this guy in the way first. Let's take him out so we don't get both of them on us at once. And now for that guy. And he was too close to me, so I'm going to disengage and and shoot him from back here so he doesn't do any damage to me. Alright, we're done. We got our quest item. Now, we could either run all the way back and turn in the quest, or we can just use our Hearthstone. A small little cast time, but it will teleport us right back to the inn, where we can turn in our quest. So save some time. There is a cooldown on the Hearthstone though, so you can't use it and then use it again right away. You have to wait, I think it's 30 minutes if you're not in a guild. There's a guild perk that gives you a faster Hearthstone, which is very nice, but we're not in a guild yet, so... Alright, so she just gave us the companion quest. Which I was totally wrong about. It's not the companion quest for the relics, that's a whole different cave system. We have to go get Twisted Hatred and the Felrock Grelkin. Those are both in this cave back here. Oh, there's a cat. Let's grab him. Because we need all that fantastic leather. Now see, our skinning is at level 11, and we're getting more light leather instead of just ruined leather scraps, so that's right where we want to be. Alright, now this quest has a quest item. This Ire Root Seeds. And what it does is you use the item for the quest. Now you can just click on it over here in your quest log, but it's just kind of a pain, so I just slid it on my bar. A little faster to use. You can hotkey it if you want, which makes it even easier. You just throw them at the little dudes, and it kills the grells. Now, unfortunately, when you kill the grells with this thing, you don't get experience for the kills, nor do you get to loot them. And these guys tend to have a lot of cloth, which can be really valuable early on. But we have to kill 12 of them with this for the quest, so I'll kill them with this on the way into the cave, and we'll take them out the old-fashioned way on the way out. Now I could be really patient and careful and target them when they're far enough away that I haven't aggroed them yet, so I'm not taking any damage, but they don't really hurt, so, you know. Oh, look, here's a secret chest. Alright, nice. Free prizes are always good. Alright, there's those two. I can stand here. They haven't noticed me yet, and I can take them out. I don't take any damage. Ooh, except for this guy running up. There we go. Alright, so those dudes are all done. Now we need to find the boss. He can be in a couple different places. Sometimes he can be up here. Sometimes he can be down there. Oh, and there's the rare. There's a rare down there. But we'll come back for him later. Unless he's coming up here, is he? No. Yeah, we'll try and get him later. Let's go get... We're looking for Lord Melanos so we can get his head. Because who doesn't want a free head? I guess. Let's not go there with that conversation. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, moving on. Lord Melanos, he's right up there. Let's get this little guy first. Try to slow him down. Shoot him a couple times. Disengage, and kill him. Alright, now, let's go find that rare. Let's see what he had on him. If we can find him, that is. There he is. I'm just gonna jump right down. This is generally a really bad idea, jumping down into a pit full of mobs, because, you know, you could get overwhelmed pretty quickly. But we also have this. I can just still use this little tree root thing if I want. Takes care of them. What do we get? Small black pouch. Nothing exciting. And there is my phone. Let's see who that is. Unavailable. Oh, that looks like the school. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about the phone call. I hit the pause button to pause the recording, but instead of unpausing it, I actually ended it, so I'm gonna have to splice them together. But anyway, we're still in the cave, fighting the Grells. Let's get out of here. But I am gonna actually kill them instead of just using the quest item, because it's some easy experience, and possibly some loot, like cloth, and who knows what else. Takes a little longer, but, you know, you don't get anywhere if you're not getting any experience. Alright, here's the exit. These ones have not respawned yet, so we're free and clear. Alright, let's turn these 2 quests in. This should get us oh yeah, we only have 2 bars left to hit our next level, so we'll definitely get a level, probably level and a half out of this. And this will put us at level 10, so it's possible that we can get a new pet, which would be great. Move some buttons around. We'll talk about my button layout and placement options later on, once we start getting, you know, a lot of abilities. Because there's some things that you really want to have on a hotkey or mouse button so you can hit instantly without having to look for it. So. Alright, there we go, level 10. What? I didn't learn tame pet. Kill command and dismiss. You know, really? Come on, man. I really didn't get tame pet. I find that very hard to believe. But nope, we do not have tame pet yet. When do we get that? Tame beast level 13. Aww. Alright, well, we'll get it soon, but we don't have it yet. We're stuck with cat for now. Alright, he gave us some feral wrist guards. Those should be an upgrade. Where'd they go? There we go. Alright, now this bow. Technically, this is an upgrade. Compare it to the bow that I'm wearing. 4 and 6 stam, 4 and 6 agi stam haste, and this has 4 and 6 without any haste. So oh yeah, the base damage is a little higher, but we're not going to switch it out because I like having my heirloom because I don't have to worry about it. These gloves, those are an upgrade. Alright, we're good to go. What do we have to do next? Next we have to do the Relics of Awakening. Now, this is a kind of a big quest. I've spent many hours doing this quest before, especially when I didn't understand it. Plus it's kind of a long way away. However, another new thing they added back in, I think it was Cataclysm actually. Sometimes when there's a oh, really, phone? Really? Anonymous, yeah, we're not going to answer that. I'm going to stick the phone down there so I don't have to listen to it. Alright. When there's a quest that's kind of far away from your quest giver, sometimes they'll give you an NPC mount to take you there, which is, you know, kind of cheesy, but let's do it. Because we get to ride a cool saber cat. And they'll drive us right to the quest place. And all the mobs that you'll encounter on the way are considered not hostile, not aggressive while you're on the mount. So you don't have to worry about anything. Go get a drink, have a snack. Ah, there, better. So yeah, it's kind of a long run, but you can enjoy the beautiful scenery, see the sunshine, see how everything's kind of this weird orange color. Normally they would be aggressive and attacking me, but they get pacified while I'm on the mount, which is nice. I can cope with that. Alright, we're almost at the entrance to the quest cave thingy. Alright, now we have to kill 20 of these gnarlpine dudes, but we also have to collect 4 objects in the cave, and there's also some more quests in the cave. So don't bother spending time outside hunting down the gnarlpines. There are plenty of them in here, and you'll have to kill at least that many to get all the quest stuff done, so... Now, we got the kill command. when we leveled last. What that does is it... Well, I'll read the thing. It says, give the command to kill, causing your pet to savagely deal 43 physical damage to the enemy. Basically, for a Beastmaster Hunter, this is your bread and butter ability. So, you want to use it constantly, use it on cooldown. Later on, you'll have certain abilities that'll buff it and make it better and stronger and instant and, you know. But for now, just use it whenever you can. And your pet will do a lot more damage. Alright, now we get this Sentinel Huntress companion. Now, this is funny, okay? These never used to exist. They put them in here because you can get so lost in these tunnels that people just get really angry and some will just skip the quest altogether. So they have this companion who, when you talk to her, you can say, where is this, where is that, blah, blah, blah. And she'll put down this trail, like a smoke trail for you to follow to get to the quest objective, because that's the only way people could figure it out. I mean, you know, you gotta question the layout and design of your area if you have to put in an NPC to lead people out of it. So the first time I saw that, I laughed pretty hard, because I do know the frustration of getting lost in here. Been lost in here for many hours of my life, but you know, after 10,000 times questing through, you tend to figure it out. So it's all good now. And I think the NPC is also supposed to help you kill things, but I don't know if she actually does any real damage. Alright, so we gotta kill all these things. One of the things we have to find, one of these Gnarlpines, one of the Gnarlpine Shaman, will drop a Voodoo Charm quest item. Now, it's not a case of simply finding one of them and killing it for the quest item, although it can be. Generally, you have to kill 10, 20 of them before you'll get that. And sometimes you can kill all of them in here and still not get it, and you have to hang around and wait for them to respawn before you get the quest item. And that is really annoying. It all depends on the drop chance that they code on the monsters. Like, here's the shaman. Is he gonna drop it? Of course not. That would have been phenomenally easy. But you might be lucky. You might get it on your first kill, so good luck. But don't hold your breath. Okay, there's our first rune. I'm gonna concede. Basically, when you're looking for these relics, always go downhill. If you're always going downhill, you're going the right way. When you found all the relics, to get back to the top, just go uphill all the way. As long as you're going uphill, you're doing the right thing. It's kind of all there really is to this cave. Alright, no voodoo charm yet. But there's another relic down in this room. Alright, and there's 2 of 4. And the last 2 are close together at the very bottom. So we're going to go back to this main hallway, continue going down the hill. And hopefully we'll find a Gnarlpine Shaman and get our voodoo charm. Because I like voodoo charms. I'm quite partial to them. Does he have one? No. There's another shaman. And he doesn't have one either, so we're gonna have to keep killing him till we find it. Let's hope this guy does. Nope. Of course not. That'd be too easy. Drop quests in WoW are kind of one of my I don't want to say pet peeves, but they're a constant annoyance because you can't guarantee that you'll get all of the items you need, even from a large sampling of the monsters that carry it. And having to wait for respawn so you can get something for a quest, I don't know, that bugs me. But I guess Blizzard knows best. You know, they have their certain trademark of fun. And killing 400 Gnarlpine shamans to get one voodoo charm is fun. So, we are having fun. Right? Let's open this chest. Ooh, got a level. 11. 2 more levels and we can get a pet. Well, a new pet. There's an auger. Yeah, our last relic is just up in here a little bit. And then all we have to do is find our voodoo charm. And we can go back to the top and turn these quests in. Alright. Here's our last relic. Now we can go back up the same way that we came down here, but we're going to take the alternate route because I want to look for more Gnarlpine Shaman, and everything we on the way down here is dead because we killed it all, so let's go this way instead, see if we can find what we need. There we go. Alright, let's run up to the top to kill a few things on the way. Hope there's nobody in the cave right behind me looking for their voodoo charm because I'm killing all the shaman. Very sorry if you're there. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, almost there. Yeah, this is the right one. Kill this guy and talk to our quest giver in here. And he has one more job for us after this. Let's give him the voodoo charm. Alright, and he wants us to release Open Rageclaw's spirit. So let's go do that. He's in this room. We open the room and we're going to talk to him. First we're going to kill the little shaman, and then we'll kill Rageclaw. Right, and after we kill him, we're not dead yet. We have to click on his body, make sure he's selected, not her, and click on your voodoo charm, and release his spirit.
Farewell.
And there we go. All done. And we're going to turn that in, and then we can head back to Dolinar. Alright, now normally I would just use my Hearthstone to go right back to town, but as you can see, it's still on cooldown from the last time we used it. So we have another 11 minutes to wait before we can use that again. And it will take us far less than 11 minutes to just run back to town, so that is what we'll do. Of course, we have to kill everything on the way out. And I can run face first into the wall because that's also trademarked fun by Blizzard. Alright, we're back outside again. And we're going to use our motorbike and zoom straight back to town. I'm pretty much just going to ignore all the monsters. I could kill them because, you know, experience and loot, but I just want to get this quest turned in. I'm getting tired of the zone and itching for a new one now, so the sooner we can finish all the quests and get out of here, the better. But we still have a lot to do. So let's get back quickly. As you see, if I get close to a monster and he aggroes on me or I gain his aggression, my character frame turns all red. And that's to let you know that you're technically in combat and monster's chasing you. So eventually the monsters will leash and go back to where they started from instead of chasing you across the world. And then you can drop out of combat and you'll be fine. This gets stuck a lot, so sometimes you'll aggro a monster and try to run away from it, but it won't drop the combat flag. And if you're in combat, there's a lot of things you can't do, so that can be kind of irritating. But these ones seem to be working fine, so we're all set. hold on. Take a look at this. Is that not the coolest thing ever? I love these things. They're ancient protectors. And they are friendly monsters who patrol around this town and keep, in theory, keep all the residents safe, although they don't really seem to do much. But they're very cool looking.
Assist you.
Alright, there we go. Level 12.
Goodbye.
One more level, and we can get our pet. Alright, let's empty our bags. We've got quite a lot of stuff that we've picked up recently. Alright, auto sells the junk. I don't need to really repair anything yet. Now, here's a consideration. When you're doing your questing, and you're picking up all kinds of stuff, excuse me, some of the items that you will pick up are, they have this green aura, okay? That means that they're uncommon. Now, you can sell them at the vendor. You can sell them at the auction house, because maybe other new players will want to pick something like that up. Though they're generally just, you know, crap. You're not going to find anything really exciting. But the other thing that you can do is if you decided to take enchanting as a profession, you can disenchant the item. Because as long as it's green, that means that there's a magical property to it. And if you disenchant it, you get a crafting material in return. And you'll need a lot of those to level your enchanting. So if you're going to run multiple characters, and you might have an enchanter, save all of your greens that aren't bound to you, and mail them off to that character to disenchant. The way you tell if it's bound to you, when I hover over, say, this bow here in my bag, it says, binds when equipped under the item description. That means it's not bound to anyone yet. It will bind when someone equips it. So for now, I can sell it or trade it to any other character. So you might want to save those if you're going to do enchanting, or just sell them because, you know, we're not doing enchanting on this tune. It's okay. I'm going to equip this belt because it's an upgrade. Oh, I didn't have a belt at all. There you go.
Goddess, watch over you.
Must have sold the other one. Alright, so our bags are cleaned out, and we are ready to go. Alright, so when we leveled, we got a new skill called Barb Shot. Now this is a new skill. Last time I played my hunter, which was probably a year ago, this wasn't a thing, as far as I know. Unless it was and I just forgot. But basically, this fires a shot that tears through your enemy, causing them to bleed for 80 damage over 8 seconds. So a bleed is a debuff, and that's always a good thing to have up. If you have debuffs available for monsters you're fighting, use them. You always want to use them. It also sends your pet into a frenzy, increasing attack speed by 30% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So we want to use Barb Shot, and we want to use it early in the fight. We want to get the bleed going, and we want to send our pet into the frenzy. So there you go. Let's put that right there. Oh, have we unlocked talents? No, we have not yet. Okay. Alright, so next we have to kill Ursal the Mauler. That should get us to level 13, so we can get a pet and do other cool stuff. My whole goal about my hunter is just having cool pets, so let's focus on what's really important. Alright, and this quest is right over here around the corner. And this is the last, well, no, not quite. It's almost the last quest in this series for this half of the zone, and then we'll get into the other half, but there actually is one more series of quests after this to do. And we have to go fishing, because I like fishing. Alright, here's our person. Alright, so we have to kill Ursal the Mauler, who's up top, and kill 8 of these Gnarlpine dudes. So, let's go. Let's get underway. So I'm going to hit Cobra Shot first, I'm going to hit Barb Shot, and I'm going to hit Kill Command, and they're dead. Now, I might want to use Barb Shot first, and then Cobra Shot. Get that bleed going right off the bat. Cobra Shot has another benefit. It reduces the cooldown of Kill Command, which is good. So you want to work on a rotation, what will be the optimal for you. And certainly, it's not a big deal at this point in the game. You can just sit there and auto-attack till everything's dead if you want to. You know, don't stress that. Towards the end game, when things start getting more challenging, it will be important to... So we're just going to progress up the hill, killing all of the Gnarlpines as we go. as you can see, with the addition of Barb Shot with Kill Command, things are dying pretty quick. And I prefer that. Before the changes in the last expansion to heirloom gear, if you had a full set of heirlooms on, like I'm wearing now, you would just run through and one-shot everything. And one shot to an MMO player means you hit it once and it's dead. So there's no hanging around waiting for it to die. And it was super fast. But they nerfed all the heirlooms, so now we have to do it the old-fashioned way. Which is kind of okay, but after you've leveled, say, 20, 30 characters to max level. Now, a lot of people may have like 5 or 6 characters, but I like to have one of each class and one of them on Horde and one of them on Alliance. So right there, that's a good 20, 30 characters. And after going through all of these quests that many times, it's not fun anymore. It gets really old. And so the heirlooms were designed to speed up that process for people who had been all the way to endgame multiple times. But nerfing them, man, you know, now you have to go through it the old way. It takes a long time. Alright, we killed the dude. And here come the freed druids. Yes, I know they look like birds, but in this game, druids get to shapeshift, and one of the forms they can take is a bird and fly around. That's probably the main reason that the druid is my favorite of all of my characters, because I can turn into a little bird and fly around wherever I want to go. And for something like a gathering profession like herbalism, if I shapeshift into my bird form and I fly around and swoop down to pick an herb, I just stay in bird form, pick it and fly off again. It's fantastic. It's great. It's super quick. And it's also an instant form. So like if I wanted to use a mount, I have the cast timer. It takes a minute. But if I'm a druid, I click a button and I'm in that form. There's no cast time. There's no waiting. It's fantastic. It's great for PvP if you're in a PvP zone where you can actually fly, because if you can jump off a cliff and turn into a bird and get away from your enemy, you win. You know, it's really cool. But yeah, and see, now I'm missing my druid playing this hunter, but it's okay. I'm gonna stick to the hunter. I'm gonna see it through to the end, and then we'll do a druid. Maybe for classic WoW, I'll do a druid. That could be interesting. Alright, here we go. These quests are done. Turn in that one there. Go back to town. Turn in the other one, and then we're going to be sent off to... Oh no, sorry. I keep forgetting. There's one more little quest thing in this area. So we'll knock that out real quick. And then that'll probably be the end of this episode. And the next one we'll go to the second half of this zone and do all the quests there. Oh, look. Look. We're less than 2 bars away from level 13. So we'll turn in this quest, we should level, and then we can go look for a cool pet to tame. Do we want a bird? Do we want a different cat? Do we want a spider? So many choices. Alright. Here we go. Where's our questy dude? I think he's in here. You know, I was just thinking, we just passed the battle pet trainer. Oh, look at all this new stuff. Alright, first let's clean up our bar, then we'll talk about battle pets. Beast lore, whatever, I don't have it on my bar. It just lets you get information about a mob that you might want to tame and all that kind of stuff. Whatever, it's useless. Tame beast, that's what we're going for. Mend pet, that's a really big thing. Feed pet, we're not doing with that. Call pet 2, that should be in there, so we don't need that on the bar. We don't need that on our bar. Alright, tame pet. Mend pet. Mend pet is really important. Especially if you're using a pet to tank for you. You want to be able to heal him before he dies and the monster jumps on your face. So, mend pet is great. Keep it on a easy to reach hotkey button. Okay, so, she wants us to go talk to this dude at the lake. But we want to get a new pet, so... I don't like spiders, so I'm not going to get a spider. There are some cooler cats later on in the zone, so we'll get one down there. There aren't any traditionally tank pets in here. There's no bears or boars and stuff around here, so don't worry about that for now. We'll get that when we get out of here. Alright, so we have to bring this package of rare earth to the dude way over at the lake. I'm just going to try and run straight to him, not killing these things, because we're going to have to kill him for a quest, so why do it twice? We're going to turn in the quest to him and pick up his 2 quests, but then I think, you know what, let's spend a few minutes fishing. Oops, that didn't go well. I really like fishing. I know, it's annoying, and I'm not going to sit here and fish for an hour and make you watch that because that's boring. But I'll show you how to fish at least, so you can go fishing on your own. Alright, if we jump up here... No, it's too steep. Here we go. Alright, this is the crazy plant man who does crazy things with plants.
How may I help? Be careful.
Alright, he's gonna do some planting and then give us some more quests. Okay, great, you're welcome. Give me my quest. Come on. These NPCs can be really slow.
Greetings.
Alright, we have to get some timberling seeds and some timberling sprouts. But first, let's fish. Oh wait, there's a sprout right here. Let's grab it. Okay. Now, fishing. We're gonna fish. Let's go on this little boat because it's cute. Alright, we got our fishing boat. We got a lake. Let's figure this out. We'll zoom my camera in a little bit. Alright, the first thing that you need to do is, if you want, equip your fishing pole. I'm going to equip it because I like it. I'm also going to apply a shiny bauble. This is a fishing lure, which just boosts your fishing ability a little bit. Helps you catch a little bit less junk, a little bit more fish. But then, I have another prize. One of my toy collections involves a lot of cool fishing bobbers. So I'm going to use my Murloc head bobber. I'm going to put it there. This just changes the appearance of my bobber to look like a little Murloc, which is adorable. Alright, now I have the fishing ability. You have to go into your crafting menu, right, in order to fish. Oh, why is my computer freezing? What's going on? Alright, there we go. Go into your crafting menu, and under fishing, there's 2 things. This one just shows you the skills that you have in fishing, so that's not important. But this one is the ability that allows you to fish. You have to click that in order to fish. So I put it on my bar, and it's bound to a mouse button. So I just click the mouse, and it casts my thing. And there's my bobber. Looks like a little Murloc. And if you listen and watch the bobber, you'll hear a splash, and the bobber will jump like that when you've caught a fish, or some tangled fishing line, or a rock, because, hey, we're that talented. And every time you fish, at least in the beginning, you'll get 1 fishing point for every successful catch, even if it's just garbage. Once you get up higher levels, you may need 4 or 5 catches before you get a skill up point. So this is a time-consuming and slow skill. It takes a long time to level, but it's fun, and you can cook most of the fish that you get into cool recipes for food buffs, and you can make potions and things out of them. So there's a lot of reasons to fish. At the end of the game, there's even some mounts and toys and pets you can get from fishing. So I think it's worthwhile to level up. Not everyone agrees, but hey, I'm being a filthy casual, and you know what filthy casuals do? They fish. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, let's knock out these quests, because I can do all the fishing off camera, so you don't have to sit and watch it. Alright, we have to kill 10 of these things. Maybe more than 10. And we have to get these sprouts. So, let's go kill everything. Why am I not getting any of the seeds? I've only gotten 2 out of 6, so it's a drop rate thing. Another fun trademark by Blizzard. There we go, there's 3. Alright, let's kill some more.
I don't have a target.
I'm trying to remember and program my fingers to use barb shot and then kill command right away. And then cobra shot last. Alright, there's 4. There's another sprout. And I do know that we can use multiple barbed shots on the enemy. However, right now we only have 2 charges of it, and if we put both of them on one enemy, then we wouldn't be able to use it for the next one. So since we're speed killing, as it were, I'm not going to do that. Plus, things die too fast, so there's really no point to putting multiple stacks of it on them. So using it once with a kill command seems to be sufficient. Alright, that's all of those. Now we just have to get more sprouts. But we pulled aggro on one. Let's kill him. And then disengage to get away from him. There we go. Alright, now we need 5 more sprouts. Let's get our little happy motorbike and go find some more sprouts on the other side. Oh, here's one. Oh, I'm so hungry. I don't know if you can hear my stomach rumbling. But my husband is out shopping and I told him to bring home some pho. My favorite soup in the whole world. I think if I call it magical healing ginger soup. So, because that seems to be what it does. I swear to God, this is going to sound strange, but I discovered pho maybe 2 or 3 years ago they opened a new restaurant here. And we had it, and at first I didn't really like it. I was like, it's kind of weird. You know, there's a very strong flavor to it, and I wasn't sure. But I found myself thinking about it after I had it, like, you know, I kind of want to have some more of that. It was pretty good. And so then I had it again. And the second time, I liked it better than I did the first. Like, you know, that's not so bad. You know, because there's a big craze about pho. Like, what is this all about? And by the third time I had it, I was pretty much addicted, straight up addicted to this soup. However, I started having it 2 or 3 times a week, right? And I'd have it either for breakfast. I know that sounds weird. It's a very savory soup, but it's almost like having a really hot, comforting bowl of tea. Bowl of tea, yeah. It's not just a cup, it's a bowl. But it's great to just have it on your desk and sip on it as you wake up in the morning. Or I'd have it for lunch and I'd put noodles and meat in it and all that other good stuff. But it's great as just a broth or as a full meal type soup. But after eating it 2 or 3 times a week for like a year, I realized I hadn't gotten so much as a sniffle. Now normally every fall I get these crazy allergies and most of the time end up in the hospital because it turns into this horrible pneumonia type cold that I can't get rid of. But I haven't had that in all of these years since I've had the pho regularly. And I'll find that if I start getting allergy symptoms or a bad cough or runny nose or whatever, I'll be like, oh, I need a pho. And my husband will run down and grab a cup of pho and I'll drink it and have it for maybe 2 or 3 days straight. And then everything's fine and I don't get sick again. So as long as I drink it regularly, or eat it regularly, however you want to think, I don't get sick. And it's been years since I've been sick. So now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you pho has magical healing properties, even though I said those exact words. Please take that as a colloquialism, okay, or whatever. But I'm not telling you pho is magical healing soup. But pho is magical healing soup, and you should have it a couple times a week. I don't know what's in it that does that. I mean, it could be the ginger. There's a lot of spices, a lot of antioxidant probable things. But I don't know. For me, as long as I'm drinking pho regularly, I don't get sick, and I love it. So I haven't had it in a few days, and I was having an itch, so that's what I'm having for lunch today. Alright, now, enough about soup. But seriously, you should find a pho place, a Vietnamese restaurant, and have some. It's really good. Okay, so we have finished all of the quests in this area of this zone. Let me pull up the map. Alright, we're down here. Dolinar. This is where we started, Shadow Glen. Then we came around and came here to Dolinar. Oh, there's another quest over there. Doesn't matter. we finished all of these quests, so now it wants us to go to this half of the zone, which is just right outside Darnassus. And there's a whole series of quests that we're going to do there. But we're going to save that for the next episode. So we'll head over there, get some quests, we'll find ourselves a new pet, we'll get it tamed, and we'll even look at our professions. So, until then, thank you for listening. Please try the game. There's a link to the download in the description that you can play for free for the first 20 levels as long as you want. So, that's great. Give it a shot. And I hope to talk to you soon. Until then, take care.